Hello, and welcome to my video on the January 2019 Algebra 2 Regions question number 24. Here we are asked how many solutions exist for the equation 1 over 1 minus x squared equals negative absolute value of 3x minus 2 plus 5. So this year we learned that when you are trying to solve an equation, first of all, if we would actually solve for this equation, we would, if we get our answers, we would want to get the solutions for x that make this equation true. And so, all right, that's the first thing you should remember. But the second thing is that here, they're not actually asking us for what those solutions actually are. They're just asking for how many of them exist. So in either case, remember that you can always go to your calculator. We can graph each of these equations and then find the intersections of the two graphs to actually determine, in this case, how many solutions actually exist, or in the case of when you need to actually get the solutions, the x-coordinates of those points of intersection would be your answers. So let's go to our calculator and let's take a look at those two functions graphs. So if we go to our calculator, right, we would input those two equations where we normally go to look at the graphs of functions. Remember that to get a fraction on your calculator, you can hit alpha y equals to get the ability to enter in any fraction. And then the other thing to be aware of is that a negative symbol and a subtraction symbol are two different symbols, and you definitely need to, in front of the absolute value, you need the negative symbol, which is down here to the left of the enter button, and obviously the subtraction symbol, that's not a problem, but be careful if you're not subtracting two terms on your calculator, you do need to use this negative symbol. And then the absolute value command can be found if you go to the math button, arrow over to number, and then ABS parentheses, that's your absolute value function. So if you go there, that's where you go to and get the absolute value command. So now with these two functions input into our calculator, we can go to the graph of those two functions, and here we see them. And how many solutions exist to our equation? Again, that means how many times basically do the two graphs intersect. And when we look at our two graphs, we see one intersection over here, a second intersection here, a third intersection over here, and a fourth intersection right over here. So how many solutions actually exist? There are 4 of them, and that would be our answer to this particular problem. Remember, however, if they want the actual solutions to the equation, each of these intersection points, we can find their intersection by hitting second trace and then intersect, and that would allow us to find intersection points of these actual intersection points, and the x-coordinates there would be the actual solutions. But in this problem, they only want to know how many solutions exist, which were 4, and that's our answer to this question. So I hope that this video helped you out with this question. As always, good luck with all your studies, and thank you for watching. Take care.